right, so what's going on here tonight?
Well, tonight we have an open house for neighbors and the general public. As we promised the neighbors, we did about a year ago. And tonight we pulled together all components of the expansion plan, all relevant elements of it, from ski areas to service areas to trailheads to parking. It's all available for the public to look at tonight. We're wrapping this plan up now after listening to hundreds and hundreds of people. We want to get these comments from the neighbors tonight, to listen to them one more time, and the general public one more time, and then we're going to wrap this up and we'll be done preparing the plan.
What's kind of the, go
I
ahead.
was just going to add that we started this 3 years ago, and so we feel we've had a very thorough process. We've changed the plan a number of times and tried to reach a good balance between what everybody wants, which is sometimes not everybody wants the same thing. So we think we've succeeded in striking a pretty good balance.
And what's kind of the implementation timeline after you hear from the public?
Well, I think it's going to take a number of years to fully develop it. I started here 17 years ago, and there's still things that we're doing in the existing ski area, and still a list of things that will be done later. So I think it's 10, 15, 20 years. We hope that much of it's completed in 5 to 10 years, but it'll take many more years to actually fully complete.
Any comments that you've heard tonight that stick out to you? Anything that residents or nearby people have said?
I just say that in the last 2 years, we have listened very heartily to a lot of people, both experts, neighbors, public, people that are in government and government decision makers. We really, really worked to make this the best plan possible. It's a really, really solid plan. And as I told some of the neighbors that went around tonight, it's coming together now. It's very complete. A lot of the issues that maybe were concerned have been redigested and looked at again, and it really has come together now into a very, very strong plan.
Charles, you've been on record saying that ski areas are kind of dying off, and you want to make sure that Granite Peak isn't one of those. What can be done to make sure that Granite Peak doesn't die off like the rest?
Well, you really need to be a modern ski area, and you need to have a sufficient scale and size and variety of runs to survive long term. It's really affected regional ski areas like we are in particular. I think I've mentioned before that the number of skiers has declined from 800 to less than 500, and now Vail's been around and has maybe a quarter of the industry. In the past year, an Aspen hedge fund conglomerate has formed, and they're now the same size as Vail. So there's now 2 companies that control maybe half the skier business in the United States, and they're investing at a very fast pace. And our aim is just to keep up with that, to remain modern. We're not ever going to be Vail or Aspen, we know that, but we want to be a strong, attractive regional destination for our core family customer.
Another big difference to add on to what Charles said is that when Charles took over at Granite Peak 16, 17 years ago, it was a different environment in the ski community. For example, a lot of people that skied a lot own their own skis. Today, people snowboard and ski. They don't own their own equipment. A lot of people don't own their own equipment. So what do? You have to add rental equipment. But you can't just add a little bit of rental equipment, you need to add more space. So it's things like that. It's things like that where the services are needed that he needs to expand in order to accommodate what they need, or else he's not going to be able to provide a service that they'll want.